For most of us, waking up and turning on the tap is just, well, it's just turning on the tap. Clean, safe water flows and basic sanitation is a given. We barely think about it, right? But imagine a daily reality where those absolute essentials are a constant, life-threatening struggle. For millions, that's not imagination, it's their entire day. Today, we're taking a deep dive into exactly that, Sudan's profound water crisis. Our mission today is to truly unpack the complex layers of challenges Sudan faces, then pivot to explore the incredibly powerful and often surprising solutions that are being implemented or proposed. We want to see how global expertise can truly illuminate a path forward, not just for immediate relief, but for long-term change. We're pulling insights directly from a critical stack of sources, including detailed reports on WASH, its water, sanitation, and hygiene in Sudan, and global guidelines from some of the world's leading health organizations.
Yeah, it's a truly critical situation. The shocking insight here is that for millions in Sudan, water isn't just about quenching thirst. It's a daily lottery between life-threatening disease, profound health risks, and even personal danger. This isn't just a lack of infrastructure, it's a systemic unraveling that kind of compounds every other challenge they face.
And when you dig into the numbers, it truly hits home. Our sources paint a stark picture. Roughly 17.3 million people in Sudan currently lack access to basic drinking water. And if that wasn't enough, around 24 million people, that's a huge portion of the population, don't have proper sanitation facilities. Think about that. A massive chunk of an entire nation navigating life without these fundamental human needs met. It's devastating.
Absolutely. And what's truly fascinating and deeply concerning is how multiple, often seemingly unrelated factors compound this crisis. It creates a kind of perfect storm. Firstly, the ongoing conflict has led to severe infrastructure degradation. We're talking about actual pipes, treatment plants, distribution networks being damaged or outright destroyed.
Yeah.
This doesn't just disrupt supply, it shatters the revenue systems needed to maintain anything. It creates this vicious cycle of decay.
So it's not just that a pump breaks, it's that the whole system for repairing or even powering that pump has evaporated. That's an even deeper problem than just a lack of physical stuff then.
Precisely. It's a systemic collapse, really. Then you layer on climate change. Sudan faces a brutal dual threat. You've got floods that pollute existing water sources with contaminants, and then intensifying droughts that simply dry up what little water is left. It's a real lose-lose scenario for water security. And operationally, many water stations rely heavily on fuel. Imagine running a critical public utility when fuel is either astronomically expensive or simply unavailable. Water pumps just grind to a halt. This leads to an almost unsustainable reliance on humanitarian aid. Agencies are effectively shouldering the burden of maintaining critical systems and supplying basic water treatment chemicals. That's a massive undertaking, and it's not designed for long-term national service provision. And perhaps most alarming are the widespread unsafe practices that result from the scarcity. About 10.5 million people still practice open defecation. This isn't just a number. It's a direct route to widespread disease, and it carries a profoundly tragic human cost. It creates serious concerns about gender-based violence, especially for women and girls forced to seek privacy in dangerous, exposed areas. Even in schools, the situation is dire. About half of Sudan's schools lack water access or have broken facilities, with incredibly limited hand-washing options. This directly impacts children's health, their attendance, and ultimately their education.
It's a truly overwhelming picture, isn't it? The sheer scale of these challenges seems almost insurmountable. But here's the powerful twist. Buried within these complex challenges, our sources highlight incredibly clear, actionable opportunities. It's almost like discovering the blueprint for a comeback story. So, where do we even begin to sketch out that path forward? What are the key strategies emerging?
Well, it means shifting our focus from simply reacting to the crisis to actually building sustainable, resilient systems for the long haul. One key area is smart infrastructure investment. This isn't just rebuilding what was there before. It's about constructing new, resilient community water sources, rehabilitating existing ones with an eye for longevity, and developing robust distribution systems. It also includes supporting water purification at every stage, right at the source, during transport, and even at the household level. And a real game changer identified in the sources is the significant shift towards solar-powered water solutions. Imagine water treatment plants that aren't reliant on erratic, expensive fuel supplies. Solar power is proving to be a sustainable and, frankly, much more cost-effective alternative. Beyond just the hardware, promoting healthy practices is absolutely vital. This is where approaches like community-led total sanitation, or CLTS, come in. These are programs that empower communities to design, build, and maintain their own sanitation facilities. It fosters ownership and long-term sustainability. Improving drinking water quality also means implementing rigorous water safety plans, WSPs and adopting global best practices, many recommended by organizations like the World Health Organization.
Okay, so it's not just about getting water there, but making absolutely sure it's safe to drink. And then ensuring that the downstream sanitation is also handled properly by the community themselves. That really is a holistic approach, isn't it?
Exactly. And none of this happens in a vacuum. Strategic partnerships are fundamental. Organizations like UNICEF, Sudan, and WHO play vital roles not just in implementing projects on the ground, but in supporting national plans and building local capacity. And specifically, improving wash facilities in schools, as we touched on, can have this amazing ripple effect. It boosts the learning environment, increases attendance, and fosters positive behavioral change in children that extends into their homes and communities. Ultimately, a significant part of the path forward lies in leveraging global expertise. Drawing lessons from international experiences in sustainable sanitation and drinking water quality and exchanging knowledge with bodies like the World Bank can provide invaluable blueprints for Sudan.
It's when we look beyond Sudan's immediate challenges that things really start to click into place. These global experiences aren't just abstract ideas, they offer concrete blueprints. And one of the foundational pieces, as our sources highlight, comes directly from the World Health Organization. Could you tell us a bit more about their guidelines? What are they all about?
Absolutely. The WHO's Guidelines for Drinking Water Quality, the GDWQ, they're essentially the global gold standard, designed to protect public health everywhere. The guidelines emphasize a risk-based, source-to-consumer approach. So what this means is, instead of just reacting after contamination happens, they focus heavily on preventive management right from the water's origin all the way to your tap. They set crucial health-based targets for microbial, chemical, and radiological safety. A core component is the implementation of comprehensive water safety plans, or WSPs. These are like a detailed playbook covering every single step of the water supply chain. And the GDWQ is incredibly thorough. For instance, the 2022 edition updated guidelines for common concerns like arsenic, nitrates, lead, and fluoride. And it even added new guidance for substances you might not even have heard of, like certain cyanotoxins from harmful algal blooms, things like cylindrospermopsins, saxitoxins, manganese, and microcystins. It just shows how deeply WHO goes to protect us from every potential waterborne threat, even the less obvious ones. This comprehensive framework is a critical tool for any nation aiming for truly safe water.
That makes perfect sense. It's about building a robust, proactive defense system for water quality. Let's unpack this with a fascinating real-world case study that really brings these ideas to life. Rwanda. How do they tackle similar challenges?
Yeah, Rwanda's a great example. In Rwanda, many small rural communities face the same struggle getting clean water. But traditional purification methods like boiling were incredibly time and resource intensive for individual families. So to solve this, an organization called Mana Energy stepped in with an innovative solution: solar-powered, community-scale UV disinfection systems. Crucially, they didn't just install them and walk away. They used UVT meters, that's ultraviolet transmittance meters, to ensure these systems were operating correctly, guaranteeing the water was truly disinfected. The outcome: clean, safe drinking water for thousands. It really demonstrates a viable, innovative, and sustainable model that could absolutely be adapted for similar contexts, like Sudan. It shows how technology, when tailored properly to local needs, can genuinely transform lives.
That's a really powerful example of how tech can create an immediate, scalable impact. Okay, beyond just clean water coming out of the tap, though, our sources also reveal a lot about sustainable sanitation. It's not just about what comes out, but also what happens after, right? That whole cycle.
That's absolutely right. Sustainable sanitation focuses on providing health services that are environmentally sound, economically viable, and, importantly, socially acceptable. Global practices include things like decentralized systems, septic tanks, constructed wetlands that use natural processes, even waterless toilets. These are often much more suitable in many contexts than massive centralized sewage systems that require huge infrastructure and energy investments. There's also a strong emphasis on resource recovery, like treating gray water from sinks and showers for irrigation or toilet flushing, or recovering valuable nutrients from waste for agriculture. And of course, effective solid waste management, with proper waste separation and recycling, also plays a critical role in the overall sanitation picture. And crucially, sustainable sanitation also has a strong gender focus. Global best practices really highlight the importance of involving women as key stakeholders, not just as beneficiaries, but in designing and managing water and sanitation systems. Their unique perspectives on safety, privacy, and daily household needs are invaluable, and they lead to more effective and sustainable solutions in the long run.
And it's that very emphasis on community and empowering local voices, particularly women, that leads us directly to another illuminating example, this time from rural Mexico. What can we learn there?
Right. In rural communities across Mexico, an innovative model called water kiosks has been deployed. These systems typically use nearby wells and rainwater harvesting as their source, and they incorporate simple, easy-to-maintain filtration systems. But the vital part here is the community committees. These committees, largely made up of women, manage and operate these systems. This not only provides reliable, clean water, but also significantly enhances women's economic and social participation, giving them agency and a direct stake in their community's well-being. It's a powerful demonstration of appropriate technology, strong community involvement, and the critical importance of gender integration in achieving truly sustainable water services.
What a fantastic example of that multi-layered benefit. And none of this, of course, would be possible without strong partnerships. Collaboration seems absolutely paramount across the board.
Exactly. Knowledge exchange with international organizations is critical. The World Bank, for example, through its Water Global Practice, is a leader here. They don't just provide funding, they offer deep technical and knowledge expertise through a vast network of international experts. They develop robust knowledge bases, for instance, on cutting-edge technologies like solar water pumping, and they provide practical tools, reports, and case studies to improve water sector management worldwide. Organizations like UNICEF and WHO also continuously collaborate, exchanging knowledge and developing tools and programs to enhance access to safe water and sanitation services globally. It's a constant flow of learning and shared progress.
Okay, so after this incredible tour of challenges and solutions, globally and locally, what does all of this mean specifically for Sudan? How can these global lessons be tailored to its unique context, moving beyond the immediate crises and leveraging these innovative solutions for a genuinely better future?
Well, it means building a practical blueprint specific to Sudan, integrating these proven models. Firstly, adopting water safety plans, as recommended by the WHO, is absolutely crucial for ensuring drinking water quality across the entire supply chain, from source to consumer. That's foundational. Secondly, Sudan can explore and apply decentralized and sustainable technologies. Things like urine diversion, dry toilets UDDTs, which are essentially waterless systems that separate waste for easier, safer management, and also broader gray water use. The emphasis here has to be on affordability and easy maintenance, making them suitable for widespread, rapid adoption in various settings. Thirdly, drawing inspiration directly from Rwanda's success, a strong reliance on renewable energy, specifically solar power for water treatment plants and pumping systems, is a game changer. It offers long-term cost-effectiveness and sustainability in Sudan's context. Fourth, building local capacity, especially for women, in managing and maintaining wash systems is essential, mirroring the success we saw in Mexico. Empowering local communities with ownership is absolutely key. And finally, strengthening and expanding international partnerships with organizations like the World Bank, UNICEF, and others is vital for sustained expertise, technical support, and critical funding.
So this isn't just about immediate fixes. It really is about mapping out a long-term vision. What does that future look like for Sudan when we look at it through this lens?
In the short term, the focus absolutely needs to be on expanding the emergency response. That means critical wash supplies, intensifying hygiene awareness campaigns to prevent disease outbreaks, and rapidly repairing and maintaining existing water facilities, just shoring things up. Medium term, the investment should decisively shift towards developing new and sustainable water sources. Strengthening government and local capacities in overall wash sector management is also key here, and implementing innovative approaches to expand sanitation coverage. And then, long term, the vision is truly transformative. Universal wash coverage for all citizens. Enhancing climate resilience to future crises like floods and droughts is critical, and building a fully integrated, sustainable wash sector in Sudan. Now, while achieving the Sustainable Development Goals for WASH in Sudan is undeniably a significant challenge, our sources clearly indicate that it is entirely possible. It takes proper planning, effective execution, strategic partnerships, and unwavering commitment from all stakeholders. It's definitely a marathon, not a sprint, but the finish line is within sight.
This deep dive has certainly illuminated the gravity of Sudan's water crisis. It's a situation that truly underscores the fragile nature of basic human needs for so many. But more importantly, I think, it has clearly shown us the actionable paths forward, illuminated by global expertise and powerful local opportunities. It's a profound reminder of what human ingenuity and collaboration can achieve, even in the face of immense complex challenges.
Yeah, and perhaps what's most thought-provoking, for me anyway, is that water, as a fundamental human right, is also such a critical driver of peace, stability, and development. When people have reliable access to clean water, it reduces conflict, improves health, allows children to actually go to school, and enables communities to thrive. The lessons from Sudan's challenges and the innovative solutions being applied or proposed, they echo far beyond its borders. It reminds us all of our shared global responsibility to ensure everyone has access to this most basic, life-giving resource. It's a story that really transcends geography.
Absolutely. Understanding these issues and realizing the power of collective action is the first critical step toward positive change. We hope this deep dive has given you, our listener, a clearer, more nuanced picture of both the urgency and the genuine hope for Sudan's water future.